Hey, Feralfang here from Phoenix Down Gaming. I'm a big League of Legends player. Munch is too. So Sego. Actually, every member of Phoenix Down Gaming really is a big League of Legends player. And I wanted to give some thoughts on jungling, how it started. And I mean, I'm a silver ranked ELO jungler. That's what I main. That's how I got there. I'm going to talk about a few champions, what I think. I'm not really going to talk about jungle paths. If you want me to do a video on jungle paths, I can certainly do that for you guys. But I was just going to give, my thoughts and opinions on jungling. I started at the end of Season 1, and back then, jungling wasn't a common thing. Like, it's changed a lot, since we've been in Season 3. But, you really had to fight to jungle if you wanted to. I was a really bad jungler at first. Munch, when I was playing with him, asked me to never jungle again. My Warwick jungle was that bad, basically. So people didn't want you to jungle. It was, 2 people in top lane, 2 people in bottom lane, 1 person mid lane. Like, the jungle was, like, unheard of. But, the jungle minions were there. It was just something you grabbed along the way or whatever. So, Smite was always there, so it was always possible. Maybe it's just because, I was a starting player, but back then people didn't want you to do it when I was, in queue. Warwick was the first person I jungled with. He's a fairly strong jungler. He has amazing lifesteal. Basically, you don't even need health pots to do that with. So, anyways, that's who I first started jungling with. But now that, I'm a silver ranked player and stuff like that, I'm going to tell you what I do. I use Xin Zhao. He's a very strong jungler. He's a very strong place right now. I use Lee Sin. Amazing ganking capabilities. Same as Xin Zhao. Everyone I'm going to put on this list has amazing ganking capabilities. Lee Sin goes off energy, doesn't have to worry about mana. Blue buff can be shared to the mid lane, to the top lane, whatever lane normally goes to mid lane, because they're normally AP casters, obviously. Rengar goes off ferocity. Ever since his nerf, he's been pretty bad now, though, but a lot of people still like to use him and stuff like that. Kha'Zix, very strong. And Hecarim. Jarvan is also on this list, but I just started using him more in the jungle recently, and I did amazing with him my first game. I went like 8-3 and 8 or something like that. It was like 8-0, but Vayne got fed bot lane, but it's a different story, and you all know what I'm talking about. So, Xin Zhao ganks top lane, ganks mid lane, his E charges in, Q knocks up. With red buff, you will almost always get first blood, or at least make them flash, which, in my book, getting a champion to flash, that's a win. Okay, you've already won your gank. Gank successful. Because, whoever going to gank is going to have flash or not. If they don't, like Mordekaiser their top lane, has no escape or anything, no flash, they're going to get first blood. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. That's what you want to go for, in my opinion. Out of my experience, you want anyone with good CC capabilities to gank better. I have done Singe jungle. I've made it work, but, all you do is throw it that slow. You don't really have a way to get to them. You can move fast, but you can throw them back. But you want someone who can get there. Xin Zhao charges there. Lee Sin can Q there. Warwick has an ulti, so, he doesn't have the strongest ganks until level 6, but, as long as you have that speed buff up, the blood scent, once you come down to half, it really doesn't matter, because you're going to be able to do just, ult them or whatever. Lee Sin can, Q there, kick him back, slow them. His ganks are just too strong. Cho'Gath, I don't jungle, but he has very good capabilities if you can hit the Q up. It's a knock up, then it slows. But yeah, out of my experience, what I want to get across here is, don't worry about bot lane. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, bot lane's important stuff. Bot lane is a 2v2, which means, they have support and they have a AD carry. I'm going by the normal meta here, where people go bot lane. You can switch out, it doesn't matter what lane you go on, really, but you know what I'm talking about. Unless they are pushed to your turret, don't worry about bot lane, because it's a 2v2, it's an even playing ground. I know 1v1's an even playing ground, but you add another person to that mix of another person, so it's a 2v1. To me, that makes that much more of a difference than a 3v2. 3v2s don't matter as much, and it's not as easy to just win, because they're going to have a support down there, you're going to have a person with stuns, or something like that, so you come to gank, and it's not that effective, unless you go around the little hill, the tri-bush area, you go around, you can do it that way. That's the way I always do it, but like I said, I wait till they're pushed all the way to the turret. That's the only time I'll really gank bot ever, because there's no point in it. You might as well be helping top lane and crush top lane into dust and help your top lane get that much stronger, help your mid lane get that much stronger and that much more of an advantage. Forget about bot lane. It's not that important, because your AD carry doesn't really need the kills. If you're getting the kills, top lane's getting the kills. Like I said, this is just how it's happened for me in ranked. I know a lot of people may disagree with me, but I'm just giving my experiences and how I feel and my opinions on how it works. I'll feed my top laner, he'll be Cho'Gath or Darius or Garen or something like that, and then he'll just come and just destroy the team with me. Normally I'm Jin Zhao or something as well, so Demacia is just in a really strong place right now. So, if you're new to jungling, start at blue buff. Like I said, I'm not going to give a really path here. Get Hunter's Machete, get 5 potions, and get an ability that helps you. With Jin Zhao, I actually start with Battle Cry because I can just, attack speed through it. And then, I smite it. Smite blue buff, not red buff, and I'll actually start there. And you're already level 2. You get your Q. You go around, get... I know I didn't say I was going to do jungling pass, but this is just, my easy one. You do wolves, you do wraiths, you get red buff, you're level 3. Go and gank mid lane right there on the spot. And 9 times out of 10 I get first blood. I'm dead serious. Just do that. Other than that, try to maximize your time in the jungle. If every lane is pushed, don't worry about it. Don't let them blame it. Oh, the jungler sucks. Well, your lane's pushed. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Screw you. It's not my fault. Just try to stay in the jungle, killing minions, because you keep up with experience and you keep up in gold that way. And the idea is if you're not level 6 by level 10, or if you're not level 6 by minute 10, you're doing something wrong. Alright, there is something wrong and you just shouldn't be jungling. It just takes practice. So if it's your first time, don't be like, oh god, I shouldn't be jungling because Feral said so. No, it's not like that. It takes practice and dedication. Study it. Look up a jungle path. Ask me to make one. I'll make one for you. Just hit me up and I'll help you guys out. Mobify is great. You can find some good paths there. Some really good people with some really good ideas there. Great junglers. I haven't really used anything specifically there. Builds. If you're wondering what my builds are, I always build actually tanky over anything else because I'm going to be the one jumping in and initiating because I'm going to be going, yeah, with Jin Zhao, I'm going to charge in on them. I build Frozen Mallet, Iron Locket of the Solari, Sunfire Cape, Atma's Impaler later, possibly. I only build Madreds, actually. The Hunter's Machete, I only build to Madreds. I can go from Wriggles from there. Truthfully, if you can afford it, Blessing of the Blizzard Elder, that item is amazing. You get so much attack damage. It's like plus 50 attack damage. It's so stupid. You do true damage. You basically have a red buff at all times, and for ganks, that is so good. Build that as like your second item. Build some survivability first. Like I said, basically get some boots for some speed. You want to have some beefiness, like a Phage into Frozen Mallet eventually. And then you want your Madreds, though, because your Madreds deal extra damage to minions in the jungle, and then you get that like plus 40 armor, something like that. It's a really good armor. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but it's good for the armor because when you're getting top lane, it's going to be AD most likely. And if you do gank bot lane against the AD carries, it can be really useful. So yeah, this is just my thoughts and opinions. If you need me to do a jungle, vid like of my paths and stuff, what I do, how I got to silver ranked, I can do that. I mean, I know silver ranked isn't like, ooh, it's awesome. I mean, it's just where I'm at now, and I'm moving up. So yeah, I'll definitely give you guys some paths. But yeah, just give me your thoughts, your opinions, what you want from me. I can certainly give out some jungle paths. I'd love to. And we'll see what we can do. This is Feralfang signing off. Thanks for listening, and thanks for your time.